YouTube. So, guitar basics, super basics 102. The first one talked about how that's just a magnet with a wire wrapped around it. There's the two ends of the wire. If you stick that onto the output, the jack, the lead that goes into the guitar, like so, you've got a working pickup. That's really all you need. So technically, you could just put that onto, put one of these jack sockets onto that, and just put a plug on the end of that, and it works. Right. So back to physics at school. There's the most basic, the simplest electrical thing you've ever done, because it is electricity. So that's a light bulb, and that's a battery. You see it's got a plus and a minus. So to make that work, if I had to use a pencil maybe, right, to make this light bulb come on, you'd realise, I think you probably know that basically if you just connect one side of the light bulb to negative and one side to positive, the light bulb is on. Yeah. And I think the circuit would actually be shown would be more like it would have a switch in it, like that. So this would be a kill switch for your guitar. So basically, when you push the switch in, it just joins that to that, and it completes the circuit. Very simple, right? So, in the most basic guitar thing would obviously just be just a jack socket, but you kind of want a volume control, so you'd put a volume control in here, right? Put V on it. And I'm going to explain what a pot does, how a volume control works. Right, so here is a pot, and it's got 3 tabs on it. And I've actually I had one in my hand a second ago. I can't remember, lost it there. Right, so this is a broken pot. You can see the bit snapped off, so I don't mind breaking this. So that's what we're looking at. Yep. This one here's broken because I just snipped it. So basically that's what we're looking at. So when you turn this, you're looking at it from the underside, right? So what is in this is this one and this one, right? There's a piece of metal in here, like this, right? And this piece of metal has a resistance to it. In this case, does it say on it? You can just see it says B500. So this has got 500k of resistance in it. This piece of metal in this pot. You get different variances. And these two are joined together. So this middle one, right, is connected to a bit in the middle, right? And what happens is this has a wiper, it's called, which is a little bit here that moves, that joins, that it comes out of this. I will take this to bits and show you. You can take pots to bits, by the way. So you snap these bits off. Sometimes a bit fidgety putting together, just to show you what the inside of a pot looks like, so you don't have to destroy anything. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Might help you. Right, so take this to bits. There we go. So what we have here is, you can see here is that this is this piece of resistance metal I was talking about. This you can't really see it because it's the same colour as the base plate, which is annoying. But this bit here is, as you turn it, you can see there, that's like if you had that, it's connected to there, right? Which means that if you're running a signal between here and here, it's going through the maximum amount of this super resistance piece of metal. Whereas if you turn it this way, up to the volume as at full, the dunk, it's now doing this, which is basically connecting it straight through. So that's volume on at full, and because it's not going through any of this super resistance piece of metal, when you rotate it round, it's back to here, which means it's going through all of this, and it's basically connecting to there. So what you would do for a volume control is, if you put this to earth, when you've got the volume control fully off, it's now connecting your input signal straight to earth, so the pickup is off, the circuit's not making any sound. The more you move it, the less resistance it's incurring, until when you get to there, and it's basically just connecting this straight to that. So that is how a volume control works. So basically what you would do is, you would take this hot, this is not going to look that good, but this hot would go straight into there, bang, and then out in there, and then you would touch that bit. Yeah, so there is a volume control. I think that'll probably do for 102. I'll try and keep these short. That's basically how a pot works. And principles are kind of the same. Obviously, you get the thing. It always puts the reason I'm doing this is because of people wanting diagrams for things, and if you don't understand what it's doing, then you can't problem solve if you get it wrong. If you know what I mean, it's like if you realise that's all. I mean, you do get. I've got guitars. I do have one I can see right now. My Westone Raider has a pickup, a volume control, and an output jack. That's all you need. Van Halen used to have that. That's all you need. So basically, that's the simplest thing. To be honest, see if you don't put the volume control in, you get the purest and best sound just having the pickup put straight onto the jack socket. Incidentally, on a Dingway, see that the earth I'm talking about here, that goes to minus, and everything should be earthed. There's one other wire in this guitar, is one that goes to the bridge. Like physically, it connects it so that when you're touching the strings, you are earthing it. So you're kind of like the starting point. So you want that's all there is. So if I say this is the most basic guitar simple, yes, this earth thing has to go to the bridge. You'll often see that if you ever take a bridge off, or if you look in the back of a Stratocaster. Have I got one that doesn't have a back on it? Does this have a back on it? It doesn't. So if you look in the back of a Stratocaster, you'll see there's a wire here that's connected to this, which obviously this is connected like physically to the bridge, which means that when you touch the bridge, or in this case the strings, which are also earthed, when you touch them, you're earthing it. So you need to have that bridge wire in. Some not on a Les Paul, the wire is kind of, it goes into where there is one. It goes in. See when you put the bridge stud pieces in. I don't think I don't have a Tune-o-matic looking bridge kicking about anywhere, or in a Telecaster or anything. There's always an earth wire. I don't have a Tune-o-matic sitting there, but basically where the bridge goes into the body, you get like your Tune-o-matic bit and the two posts. Inside one of those post holes, there will be a hole drilled through from the body that's got a wire, just a bare wire in it. So it does the same thing. It just means that when you touch the bridge, therefore the strings, that earths it. That's it. Okay. That was 102, which was a volume control. I suppose 102, 103's got to be a tone control. See you soon.